Getting big money, playboy, your time's up. Big money, playboy, your time's up. On my mind. That is on my mind.
What is up? What is up, everybody? Welcome into the DoLL E4E Invitational. Man, what a lineup do we have today. I'm your host here, Sweet Feet, live and in person here. Again, coming to you live from the E4E DoLL Invitational. We have 4 of the top 10 players here today about to throw down. We're going to get right into it here. We've got Woju, who came in 7th place, I believe. And we have El Momo, who came in 6th place. The J Merchant up in 5th. And then the champion of Season 0, which we just concluded, Mr. Sourbeck himself, representing Axie GG. So whether you're new to DoLL, whether you've never played it, or whether you're already a professional in the game, this is going to be some great content here today for you guys. We are already getting into the bans and the picks and everything like that. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into this ban and pick phase here and check out this draft. and see what we've got going on here. Again, all these players going through, making their bans, making their picks. It looks like we've already got the first skill selected for all these players here. Woju going with the zigzag, El Momo with the Bidens, Jay Merchant with Piranhas, Sourbeck here with square teeth. So we can see a little bit of heals coming out early. Everybody trying to lock down what they think is going to be obviously that most important skill here going into number one. Sourbeck following up with the Axie Kiss, looking to get some of those marks out there as well. Jay Merchant with Red Ear. We've got Hero for El Momo. Beach coming out on the side of Woju as well. So you're going to see a lot of these shield cards coming out early. Again, some health retention out early as well. I cannot wait to see these players get into this. I mean, again, guys, if you paid attention at all, we just concluded season 0, which, by the way, had a prize pool of just short of 9 million SLP. I mean, that is insane. I can remember all the way back to when I first met Tio and we were first introducing this brand new builders program game to the community live on stream, and he mentioned something about buying your shields with SLP and being able to make your runs based off the shields you purchase with SLP. And I just thought, man, this is going to be so huge for the game, so great for everything involved. And I don't think myself or anybody else could have predicted just short. We were at 8.9 million SLP. That is absolutely insane here for season 0. I can't wait to see what updates, what balances come from this. New cards being introduced, new parts being introduced. We saw the spiky body plants pretty much running the leaderboard. We did have a big yak bug sneaking up in the top 5. Obviously have to shout out to the Big Yak Axie Club, as you all know. It looks like here we're still going through these 3 skills. How this is going to work is they're all going to pick their 8 skills, and then they're going to move forward after they each banned one part of their choosing here. So we're getting into the 4th round of picks here. Again, actually 6. Okay, so 6 guaranteed, the 7th and 8th skill being optional, whether you want to play it or not. I know a lot of these players have a little different viewpoints. I mean, if you look at the leaderboards, if anybody is unfamiliar and you head over to the DoLL leaderboard, you can see that all of these players were within about a 30-second window of each other. And if anybody is familiar, again, Sourbeck won by about, well, I believe it was 10 gems. Let's take a look here. He won by 10 gems and only had a difference of 1 second over YOLO 1999. Sourbeck walked away with 15,593 gems on a 31-minute and 4-second run. Second place on that leaderboard was YOLO, coming in with 15,583 gems. So just 10 short in second place. So the competition obviously at the highest level here, insane. A 31-minute run. I certainly have not come anywhere close to that. Definitely need to work on my own build, my own skills, and I'm in a great place to do so. Can't wait to watch these guys go head to head. Again, what we're gonna do here is everybody's gonna go best of 3. The best 2 combined scores here for all the gems collected are going to move to a final round where we'll do another ban and pick phase as well here. Let's see, still looking like Woju trying to pick a skill here coming up, stuck on the skill 4. Huge decisions to make, obviously, as it is. I just want to take a second as well to give a huge shout out to the entire team over at DoLL. I mean, one of the teams I think who came in and just absolutely blew people away straight from the jump. If we go back to, again, when the Builders program was first announced and all these games coming out, DoLL was one of the first teams to kind of get their game out into a beta phase, let everybody test it out. I don't know if anybody remembers the meme for shields run they had. Quite a run on Twitter. I know that was probably some of the best time, the best energy in the community that they've ever had, and people just cranking out these hilarious memes trying to get themselves more shields. And I think that should have been the biggest indicator of how much SLP was actually going to be spent going forward on these shields. I mean, people are going absolutely crazy for this game. We have some top players. I mean, you look at El Momo, Jay Merchant as well, not only top Origin players, but here they are showing their stuff across the entire community, being two of the top 10 players on the Axie Doll Season 0 as well. And again, huge shout out to Esports for everyone for all having us here, throwing these incredible tournaments, whether it's DoLL, whether it's Origin, whether it's EV.io. They had the tournament for that the other day. So absolutely ahead of the game in just about every conceivable way here at this point. We love being a part of it, and we love seeing what they've got to offer. Huge things coming up, and again, only with more builders programs on the way, with more Origin Season 2 just now kicking off. I can't wait to see what we're going to have for that as well. Here we go as we finally start to see some players coming through. Very curious to see all these builds. There's so many parts available that if you didn't lock in with some practice shields, or you weren't able to get into DoLL maybe as much as you wanted to, you're not really sure what it's about, there is not a better place to be. There are literally not many better players in the game right now than the 4 players we're about to watch. I mean, these guys all had over a 30-minute run apiece there. So let's see, Wuju coming in just 300 gems short of El Momo in that 6th and 7th place, and then Jay Merchant separating himself from El Momo by about 200 gems, all in a 30-minute run. But one thing interesting to note about the Jay Merchant's run, he had about 30 seconds less than El Momo, but still managed to snag 240 more gems than him. So clearly he's got a strat that works here as far as being a little more efficient, beating the clock as well. Actually had the shortest time in the top 10 by about next to shortest by 1 second. So this 30-minute and 30-second mark being the standard here, I mean, what an insane run. Obviously it's going to be a little different here when you've got cards and skills that you're picking against, as we see the anemone back, the scarab, bumpy, and hair coming out in that round 5 of the draft. El Momo leading us off here in the 6th round, and let's see what they elect to take. Fish snack being one of my favorite parts as well. But a lot of good parts in what we'll call meta parts already off the board here. And again, depending on what build you bring, what Axie you bring, we're in for a great run here. Wuju electing to take the Garish Worm a little late. Might be some experimental things here going on. Sourbeck locking in that ever so popular mint there shield as well. And it looks like we're going to be just about ready to get ourselves started here. Again, one more pick a piece it looks like coming up, and we'll see who decides to take these additional 7th and 8th skills. Earlier we had some huge bans though. We had Sponge. Woju decided he was going to ban Sponge. El Momo didn't want to see anybody using Pincer. The Jay Merchant with a huge snail shell ban, and Sourbeck electing to ban Sirius as well. So those 4 skills will not be displayed here. I love this tournament system, love this competitive side here that we're going to see of DoLL. Oh, Jay Merchant takes the Hatsune as the last pick there in the 6th round. I love this level of competition, to be able to have a format to make your picks, make your bans, make this game a little more competitive as we get going here. It does look like some players are going to take their 7th and 8th skill as well. Let's see what they come into. Sourbeck and the J Merchant electing to take this 7th skill here. Sourbeck going to lead off the round with a Yam pick. And let's see what Wuju elects to take, or if he doesn't even decide to take this 7th and 8th skill here. Again, this is where we're going to see some of that competitive change, some of that big brain thinking here from these top 4. Again, 4 out of the top 10 players in the entire community. Momo also electing to take a 7th and 8th skill, it looks like. Wuju gonna come in with the Kingfisher. Surprised to see this Kingfisher make it all the way to the optional skills. Momo with a follow-up in the Ant selection here. So again, reaching in their bag, drafting against one another. You got to take a look at what skills are left. And here we go. So Rossi's wrapping up the 7th round here for the J. Let's see what he takes next, if he decides. Sometimes the 7th may be all you need. Who knows? Let's see. I know I've got my notebook over here taking notes as well. I'm trying to get higher up on this leaderboard for next season. I got 8.9 million SLP in Season 1. I only expect this number to go up with this growing popularity of what I think is going to be one of the best games of the year here in Lunacia, in the Axie Infinity ecosystem. Oh, Jay sneaking in a catfish here in the last round. Let's see what El Momo decides to take for his last skill as well. Light update to the play here. We will have no sidekicks displayed, so no sidekicks brought to the game here, as we see the players exchanging some real, casual competitive smack talk. We always love that right before the game gets going. Looks like we're waiting here for Wuju to decide if he wants that 8th skill or not, as El Momo elected to take that spiky wing. Jay with catfish. I know Sourbeck is looking for an 8th skill as well, it looks like. So we'll see what Wuju decides to do here. Such a big decision to make. Are you going to take the part? Which part are you going to take? Where are we at? He will be taking that 8th skill. Let's see what he brings. Confident, wrapping up the pick here for Wuju himself. Sourbeck, your Season 0 champion, will be picking last here to get us started, and we'll get right into the game as soon as these draft picks are done. And how fitting, a post-fight for the last pick of the draft here. And as the players get ready to head in, again, take one final look here as we get the skills copy and pasted. Drafting is complete. and now the players will be able to switch up and get us right into it. I cannot wait to watch this. Hopefully we get to see one of these legendary 30-minute runs that we get to see all over the leaderboard. I just want to take a huge second again. Shout out to everybody present. Shout out to the guys over at E4E, Axie GG, doing huge things this upcoming season. Can't wait to see what we've got in store. It looks like all the players are getting ready. Everybody's submitting their screenshots here, getting lined up, getting their starting skills picked. And I've got my notepad here ready. I can't wait to watch this, and I cannot wait to see what all of these players bring to the table. This is absolutely huge here. No, probably no four better players to learn from than the guys who went on 30 to 31-minute runs. I think I capped out myself out under 20 minutes. So clearly, I need to be doing some studying with what these players are about to bring to the table. We've got the J Merchant already strapped up, ready to go. Sourbeck, the champion himself, just submitted as well. So again, guys, huge big brain players here in the DoLL community. I can't wait to see this. I think Sourbeck's been on top, probably had the top run, the reigning champion for the longest time. Every time you look on the leaderboard, you're gonna see him on the top. He's always posting videos, posting some helpful whether it's tutorials, skill introduction. Every time there's a new patch, there's a new update, he is on top of it. I know the boys over at Axie GG love watching him. He's coming up with some crazy comps. It looks like we have all 4 players matched up and ready to go as we get our streams prepared to watch all 4 of these players. Again, we're going to have a best of 3 rounds, I believe, with the combined score getting you into that final round, whether it's the 1v1 where they will have a mirror match. They'll pick the same 8, they'll pick through, ban some skills, draft some skills, and they'll have a mirror match between our final 2 competitors here to really prove who's the best. And if I had to put my early money on anybody, I gotta go with the champ. I gotta go with Sourbeck. I mean, how can you vote against this guy? He's been in the top of the leaderboards, like I said, for months on end, it feels like, since this game really, you know, with every patch, with every balance, with every new part introduction, he is in the lab experimenting. He's probably carried most of this 9 million SLP in himself, just running all these practice shields, running all these runs he's trying to make. So experimenting with different combos, different card selections, things like that. So if I had to put my money anywhere, I think it's going to be on Mr. Sourbeck, our former champion here. Current champion, I should say, not even former. Oh, and I did get a little correction. It is the highest score over these 3 games, not a combined effort. So the best 2 rounds out of this are going to get those 2 players into the finals for that 1v1 mirror match, which I also love. The ending of that there is, again, a mirror match to decide. It looks like we're getting right into it here. We're going to switch over as we get some runs started. Everybody starting off. It looks like we got a Yam up here early in our top right. Let's see if we can see who is where. We've got Sourbeck top right, El Momo top left, the J Merchant bottom left, and Wuju bottom right. So as we see all these skills coming out already, some early levels coming here. No sidekicks, again, no sidekicks present. Straight to the business here. As we see them taking a look at the runs. Everybody about 20 seconds in, a few seconds off of each other, but looks like El Momo here having a little bit of issue. Might have brought a sidekick in with him. We will double check on the status of that as everybody else continues to move on. We see that Oranda coming in. What an awesome animation. We've got the J Merchant down here. electing to take the square tooth up there by Sourbeck as well. So much going on screen here. We love to see all this. Most stimulating game in Lunacia, no question about it. Of a quick restart on the side of El Momo here. It looks like he accidentally brought the side kick in, and he is getting right back into it. About a minute behind, no big deal. Can make up for that quite easily, it looks like here. We see another round of bats coming in on the side of Sourbeck, just absolutely plugging through here. The J having no problem, it looks like, containing this first boss here, and as he gets that kill, easy peasy. These guys are just warming up here this morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you may be. It's morning for me. It's still early over here on this beautiful Friday. Got a leaf bug coming out here, getting, looks like a little more shield here potentially on the side of the J Merchant in our bottom left. This pupae just sitting there waiting to detonate as he protects himself up here in the top right for Sourbeck. Great strat here against the bats. Look, just cleaning up all these gems. As we see El Momo take the ant skill up here, starting to get that AoE damage down, collecting his gems. Everybody's sprinting around like an absolute madman right now. Sourbeck up here just fighting everything off, barely taking any hits at all. Everybody in a pretty comfortable position, though. We see this, I believe that's going to be the zigzag down there on the part for Woju. There we go. We'll take a look here at the selected skills here, see if we can't track down what everybody's using. Ooh, a little elect to re-roll the skills there. Uh-oh, looks like El Momo in a little bit of trouble here in the top left. Definitely taking some licks here. We got Sourbeck a little frozen as well. We'll try to load and render all of this as well with so much going on here. Looks like he's frozen right around the 216, but he was on pace, so about 30 seconds behind on the Sourbeck. Oh, huge turn right there. Huge move for El Momo in the top left, blitzing his way through the bats. Waiting for the right time to make his move. He's got it charged up. He's waiting for the bats again. And here it's going to come a huge move. Oh, and there it is. The blitz right through the middle. As in the bottom left, we see the J Merchant taking on the Cobra here, trying to contain this boss, keep him at arm's length here. Chomping away as he's able to take that kill. Again, still a little bit frozen on the top left of Sourbeck. We'll catch up with him here shortly, see how he's doing whenever he makes it back to us as well. Probably doesn't even realize he's a little frozen, but that's okay. He's got more important things to do. And I love this. If anybody is in tune on Twitter, we see DoLL on Twitter. We see their thread with the most damage done by monsters and the most monster kills here. These blocks absolutely taking the cake there and having the utmost damage. And you gotta be wary of them. As we try to reconnect here to Mr. Sourbeck and see if we can't get the stream coming back. Jay electing not to use one of his rerolls here at this moment in time. He wants to take it. And El Momo here able to secure his HP back. Cut it pretty close there in the early game. Now he's working on this Cobra as well. Should be able to handle this no problem. Got plenty of damage coming out. Oh, and look at that. Just wipes almost the entire field of bats. Does take a little lick to do it, but everybody's sitting pretty in the HP department. We've got the J Merchant over here, about 4 minutes and 20 seconds, and absolutely just taking control of these gems and murdering everything in his sight. If you take a comparison here to Woju, he's about 10 seconds behind, has 100 more kills and almost 150 more gems. So clearly, the J Merchant here having some just efficiency. His efficiency is unlike any of these other players here at the current moment. Sauerbeck a couple minutes behind though as far as the run goes, had a little bit of a delay there for himself, trying to get back into a groove up here as he's finally joined us again on the stream. Oh, it looks like Jay electing to take his first re-roll cards here. The J Merchant again already eclipsing that 1,000 gem mark, 1,600 enemies defeated it looks like. And Woju not far behind on the enemies defeated, but just cannot find a way to get his gems correctly. Got a lot of gems on screen still. He's got a little bit more of a chaotic build here. He's sprinting around a little more than the rest as we see another beach come out. He's going to elect to take a little bit more damage in that razor bite, trying to get a little more of that chomp coming through as we see almost all the players having a similar skill set as well. Whether it be the Axie Kiss, the razor bite, very similar here. It looks like El Momo making a sprint, taking his hair dagger there in the top left, trying to get some of that forward facing damage out so he can just go where he pleases. But again, it just looks like Jay is just so much more efficient. He doesn't have to travel very far for those gems. He's just sweeping them up as he gets these kills very close to home, making his run super efficient at the moment. You see Sauerbeck trying to make the big decision. What's it gonna be? Do I take more damage? Do I take another dagger? Do I take more shield? What's it gonna be? Let's see what the champ decides to pick. He's still sitting here picking. Still, again, the time only relevant while you're running, but that decision is such a big one. He does elect to take the pupa, the extra damage here. As we see the Rat Lord himself coming out on Jay's screen again. Jay has had no problem just kind of handling these bosses as they come to his screen, keeping them close, keeping everything he's got close to bay. He's got 2 shields on, I believe. Alexa take another Hatsune. I think that was a huge pickup for him, especially in the build he's running currently. Again, if we look at the comparison though, I mean, the J is just up 300 gems with on his competition at the moment. Sauerbeck catching up though. He's got that time. He had a little bit of a delay, but he is catching up. We see the delay, the decision-making process. Some of these, we had El Momo completely restart his run, but confident in his decision-making process. Oh, looks like he took quite a lick there. No, he's still got a lot of HP coming through that first wave of riders, as him and Jay are about tied in the time. But again, as you can see, a couple hundred more kills, a couple hundred more gems, just kind of running the table right now. But Sourbeck creeping up. He's on good pace here, about a minute and a half behind the competition as far as time goes. And Jay's got to get out of there. He's taking a little bit of a hit here, but he'll recover nicely, get himself out of the way. Oh, and we see our first competitor go down. We got Woju coming in with a 9-minute, and he got killed by one of these skulls. An absolute unit that you have to watch out for. As we see, again, a little bit of change in the comp. The draft style offering a little bit different, kind of exposing some skill. We've got these mosquitoes. It looks like Jay, he's really got to find some HP here. Oh, he's hurting, and he goes down as well. Jay going down a little earlier than the competition here. He's going to tune in and check the rest. He's watching El Momo right now, deciding, and we'll get some concentration here on our top two competitors and look at this. Sourbeck absolutely getting into a groove here, almost at 2,000 gems already, a couple minutes behind El Momo. As we see El Momo's strategy of dashing all over the place, he's going to have to do a little bit of dashing and catch up on some of these gems if he wants to take this. He's going to have to have a lot longer of a run, but here we go. He's starting to collect. We can see him hitting these flicks, hitting these hair daggers. Oh, huge sprint out of there to get away from some of that damage coming in. As we see Sourbeck taking on the boss currently on his screen. He's about to hit another level. There it is. Both of them selecting another card. El Momo loves his front-facing damage. He's going to take all of it that he can. So far, we've got Jay with 1,840 gems. So not going to be quite enough in this first run, as we see both competitors about to pass that still on screen. Thought El Momo was going to take a sprint straight into some skulls right there, but he pulled it back as well. Taking on this boss, sprinting straight ahead, regains his shield, and just absolutely delivering the damage into this group. And huge sprint through. Absolutely clutch skill right there. As he's just chomping away, collecting with inside these walls here. But again, Sourbeck just a pretty commanding lead, and we're seeing how the #1 competitor in DoLL just displaying his dominance here. El Momo not going away without a fight, though. That is for sure. He's doing great at just maintaining his HP while being a little bit away here from the crew. Oh, and a huge dash through the riders yet again. And again, electing to take this hair damage, just delivering these hairs straight ahead. There's a little machine gun over here currently. Finally see El Momo break through to the 2,000 gems mark, but still Sourbeck just able to maintain this lead here. He's having no problem. A little bit of HP missing, but looking to replace that quite quickly. Shields up, 2 shields ready to go. Big dash here on the side of El Momo. He's got that marked, that extra damage here on this boss. Got to turn around and deliver it to him a little bit while he can. He's got a little bit of separation here. Sourbeck still plenty of HP, double shielded up. Oh, huge turn. Is this going to be it for El Momo? He's going to be able to survive the riders. Oh, he's just delivering these daggers though. He's getting trapped in a corner. Is this going to be it for him? It is. El Momo going down in his first attempt here. As we see again, the leaderboard king running it yet again. Hasn't even re-rolled yet for his skills. Just taking what's given to him here and going to keep pushing through. As we get to focus in on the champ here, we get to see this cracked movement. He's all over the place. Double shielded up, lost both layers there. These pupae doing huge damage. He's got the AoE, he's got the shields, he's got the dash if he wants it. I mean, just putting on a clinic currently. Takes his dash skill, gets out of there, and just throwing these haymakers. We love to see that. The man's is a professional. Strap in, folks. We could be here for the long haul with this one. Got to secure it in, though, because, again, these top 2 runs are going to take it. So there's no, just because he's still the last one alive out of this current run doesn't secure him anything. And there it is. He is going to take the, the death. I can't say take the L. He's going to take the death here currently as we get to look at the leaderboard as it stands. We're going to have Sourbeck in the lead as soon as he reposts that final score here. So after round 1, we had Woju come in with the first death, gathering 1,434 gems, and it looks like Jay coming in second with, third with that 1,840, El Momo 2,107, and then Sourbeck, the top dog yet again in this first run, over 2,500 gems gathered. Huge round there for Sourbeck. Off to a great early warm-up round. We've got more rounds on the way where they're going to be using these same skills brought to us before. They're basically going to line it up, run it back, and send it. So we'll let the players kind of get settled in, get adjusted. And we'll take a look here just to make sure everything is all squared away. But yet again, proving that Sourbeck, it's not a mystery why he's at the top. He's tried all these cards. He knows the combos, even in the draft situation. I mean, these guys over at Axie GG are preparing for these things. They love this. They love the competitive nature of this game and stuff like that. So we'll see. It looks like we might have a little card discrepancy. Let's see if he got the right setup in. Not going to matter either way as far as scores are corrected. Again, Sourbeck being on top right now with El Momo in a pretty comfortable second with a 300 gem lead on the J Merchant at 1840. Let's see what the second run. Again, we're going to have these 3 runs, 2 more runs to go to determine who's going to make it to these finals. Again, if I had to guess, I think we're all fighting for second place here. Who's going to be taking on Sourbeck in this mirror match, pending somebody have, a crazy run. We saw Jay be super efficient with his run, just wasn't able to go the distance that he needed to go. But as far as being efficient with the time given, I think that Jay is right up there with Sourbeck as far as he just needs to kind of live a little bit longer, survive a little longer, and he'll have no problem closing that gap on El Momo currently. And it looks like our players are getting ready for the next round here. All right, they are loading back in with that last skill set. Nothing like a little competitive talk in between games. We love seeing that. These 4 players know each other very well. Again, like I said, these players not only DoLL pros, I guess we can call them at this point. I mean, you finish top 10 and you get invited. Get invited here to this DoLL Invitational. You gotta bring the juice with it. All of these players are doing that so far. And I love the Sourbeck already ready and jumping back in, it looks like. All right, it looks like everybody is coming up ready to take a swing at this. And it looks like we are getting ready to start as they get into it. Here we go. We'll go in for our second run of the day here. Again, these spiky plants being the move. We've seen it all throughout the leaderboard. Seen it all season long here. I love being able to say that. Just having the seasons already here in DoLL. And it just seems like just yesterday, I know I mentioned it earlier, it seems like just yesterday we were just introducing this game to the community. We've already went through so many updates, so many patches. This team's been working so hard to perfect this game and to get this game right for the players. And I know I can speak for the entire community when I say we are so appreciative of the hard work that's gone into this game and the team behind it. TO, the entire DoLL team is just absolutely crushing things right now. Really holding it down for us here in Lunacia, as we're all excited for Origins to improve and continue to develop and get better. We're all excited for that as well. But in the meantime, if you're not here, if you're not in DoLL, what are you doing, baby? Again, we will have this run and we'll have one more run after that to determine who's going to take our top 2 scores in with us to this final round. I cannot wait to see what these players can do in a mirror match as well, to really highlight or expose one or both players. Maybe you throw in a skill that you think your opponent, that might screw up your opponent, but at the same time, it's a mirror match. How much are you going to handicap yourself in preparation of throwing off your opponent? In hopes to throw off your opponent, I should say. As you see the Peacemaker coming out here for, looks like the J again on the bottom left. El Momo again, Dashy Boy in the top left here. Sourbeck just handling his business with those pupae. The Axie Kiss just doing incredible amounts of damage to those marked enemies with those massive explosions. El Momo off to a great start. Loves these dash plays, loves that straightforward damage. I mean, a really, really good build here by what is our top 2 players from the first round. El Momo and Sourbeck here liking to take those square teeth as well. As we get a little gem cap, everybody within about 50 to 60 gems of each other and about the same 10 to 20 second mark. So as you can see, not much separation yet. We'll see how it goes when these larger waves start to come in and these AoE attacks really start to settle in for Jay and for El Momo as well, and Sourbeck electing to take the Yam there. So looking to increase the amount of that close quarters damage to make it real easy for him to scoop up these gems and move forward. Little Biden's coming out here as well for El Momo, double shielded up. Takes the reroll on his skills. He loves to hit these rerolls. Taking the Hungry Bird there. Wants a little bit more juice on those heals, it looks like. A little more damage, a little more juice there for him. As we see the boss making his way in. Everybody handling this first boss pretty much with ease here at this point. Only El Momo and Woju with him still alive, but looking to take care of that. Oh, and here we go, the green thorns and the hair dagger. El Momo just loving this machine gun build here. As you can see, this forward-facing damage is just... I love these flicks. You'll see a lot of these players just try to clear an immediate area around them. They have so many projectiles. Easy to clean up the scene with. Sprinting through, following up on some of these bats, pushing himself right up against the wall is El Momo. El Momo looking like he's going to be the first to cross that 700 gem threshold as he does. Everybody within about 40 gems though, so not too far off. Woju looks like he's slowed down a little bit as far. He's getting a lot of kills, slowed down in the gem gathering process a little bit. We'll see if he can't pick up the slack in that department. Everybody coming up on that 4-minute mark. Another boss about to enter the scene, it looks like. Big decision here to make. Elects to re-roll. And he'll take the confident on that one. Huge decision. Every skill matters. What do you need more? Do you need damage? Do you need the HP? Do you need cooldowns on some of your abilities? So many decisions to make here that are so crucial on these type of runs. Again, El Momo already using both of his rerolls here. Wants more Hungry Bird. He's taking that damage. He'll wait for the bats to pass, take his sprint, catch up, pop it. I love that strategy. As you see, he's going to try and get as many kills as he can on that bat wave and then sprint back into it to wrap up the rest of the field there. Great little strategy there on our top left. Jay kind of comfortably, a lot of room around him, not being as efficient it feels like as his last run that we saw as far as collecting those gems. About 1,300 monsters killed, only 800, about 900 gems there to his name. We've got El Momo and Sourbeck again at the top of the leaderboard here with the J, actually with a huge pickup there. Like I said, needed to step it up a little bit. Got a huge burst there, kind of put himself right back in a good position. It's not looking too bad. Woju needs to kind of pick up a little bit of slack here in the gem gathering department. He's doing great as far as his HP and everything else is concerned. Just can't quite find the end result that he needs, being all these gems. Again, with no more re-rolls to go, he's trying to max out this Hungry Bird. Kind of got the roll he wanted right there based off of what he's been re-rolling. Takes the Hungry Bird, dashes through. 1162 up there and counting for El Momo. Sourbeck already about to eclipse the 1250 mark. The J about 100 behind. We'll see where Woju stands. Again, a little bit behind here as far as efficiency and production goes, as Jay is literally just chomping through the wall, doesn't even care. He said, I'll get through here one way or the other. Coming up right on the 7-minute mark here. Again, we're about a minute away from these riders coming through and putting an entire wrinkle into your system. Whatever you thought you had going on, you better pay attention to how much time's been going by. Ooh, we see Jay here with a double reroll, maybe not finding quite the skill that he wanted there. Takes the catfish. Looking to sustain a little bit. Again, Sourbeck just separating himself from the pack here. He just finds a way to do it. Got a little bit of a lead here on El Momo, but El Momo doing the most to catch up to it. Jay's got to be able to survive down here in our bottom left if he wants to go on a run to catch up. I mean, his efficiency's there. He's about a minute behind, not too far behind on the gems though. Looking like, again, stepping up. He kind of brought that efficiency back in the run. Is he going to be able to survive long enough? That was really his only problem last game. He kind of took an early exit there. We'll have this round and then one more round to decide the two who will advance to our mirror match finals. And then we will pick the skills moving forward to conduct the mirror match with. Again, Sourbeck taking the lead on round one, much like we all expected, I'm pretty sure. Players' hands just going crazy over here. Some use mouse and key. I know some prefer to use a controller as well. Different strokes for different folks. Whatever you enjoy, just bring your best. That's all we ask. And as we see all four of these players doing that, if you'll notice, El Momo, almost every time a boss comes, he actually pauses the game just for a brief second to gather himself and kind of take a head-on approach right towards these bosses. Gotta watch out for these skulls, though. I think he nicked it a few times. Already got his HP back. Again, that Hungry Bird that he's invested so many levels into, already handling that boss. Gotta find a way to get out of the way here. Woo! Getting close there. Getting real close. Gotta find some HP. El Momo's coming close. He's going to be able to survive this, I think. He's got to get that Hungry Bird to chomp. Oh, he's got to get out of there. Electing to take that straightforward damage. He sprints away from the madness there for a second. We got everybody else looking pretty good on HP, as El Momo already kind of back up there again. Huge Hungry Bird levels there. He's pretty invested in that skill so far. He's got his shields working in his favor. And just like that, he's back in action. Scary little moment there for him, but he's able to maneuver through. We see these dash skills becoming so important to kind of get through these massive waves, or just to catch up and get yourself some gems after you can, take a little bit of damage to a large wave with one of these AoE skills. El Momo just sit and tanks the wave, barely noticing anything going on here to his HP. So we love that build that he's got set up for himself then. Great shield options. The Hungry Bird, so many levels invested into it. Dashes out of there, gets away from the madness. He's got the fish snacks just trailing him, popping up as much as he can, trying to do as much damage. That way, when he dashes back through, he can come back and collect. Looks like we had one player drop off here. Not sure who. We just lost Sourbeck's stream for a second, I believe. Had a little bit of technical difficulties, but if I had to guess, still in a pretty comfortable lead as he's continuing his run over there. I believe we'll have Jay. Oh, El Momo goes down. 1940 gems. So Jay overtaking El Momo for that second spot here as he eclipses the 2,000 mark. And Wuju at the same time going down. So it's up to the Jay here to really make a run and see if he can't get past that top score from last round, trying to secure himself a second place here. Again, he's got to pass that 2,107 for El Momo. He's so close. He's so close. He's got to really finish off this current wave and survive. The Hatsune's playing in his favor. He's got his catfish. It's going to town. Shields up. Wave coming, though. Again, just a few. He's got to get through to these gems here. So close to overtaking that second place spot. Got a good amount of health here, though. Hatsune's coming in. Again, we can see the strategy at hand here. Keep the gems close to your body so you can go ahead and get through. He's going to sneak through some of these riders. Doesn't want to get popped by all these skulls they're bringing in as well. We did see someone go down to that earlier today already. Got to be weary of that. He's just sitting right in the thick of it, chomping right through these bad boys, though. He said, "Get them off my screen," as he just takes over that second place position. This would be the second best run of the day, depending on where Sourbeck ends up. Not sure if he's still running. Lost his stream there for a second. But we've got Jay looking to go on a run here. Again, trying to create some comfort zone, trying to create some distance between him and second place. Going for that top run of the day, obviously on a good one right now. Here we go. Hatsune's just going into work. I can't believe that skill made it so late. I think it was one of the last skills picked up. What seemed to be a pretty heavy, quote unquote, meta skill for a while. A lot of people running it. Oh, he's getting close for Jay. He's got to get some pushback on this boss. Hatsune coming in at the perfect time. He's just sitting here taking it. He gets the kill on that. Propels himself up to 2,200, and he's able to withstand the wall. Sitting little uncomfortably close to some of these skulls, though. He wants to try and get some of those off the screen. He's just literally chomping away at them. Quick pause, checking the scene, seeing where he's at. And we're right back to the action, he says. Just needed to collect myself real quick like. Still not sure if Sourbeck's still in. Waiting to hear back on that. But the Jay is making a run right now. Only about 200 gems short of where he needs to be to lock in that first place, depending on where Sourbeck finished his current run. I'm going to take a quick second here. Shout out everybody joining us in the chat. We appreciate you guys for stopping by this E4E Axie DoLL Invitational. Again, if you're just joining us, we got 4 of the top 10 players here on the leaderboards competing for a $100 prize pool here in this current invitational hosted by E4E. Again, I am Sweet Feet. A pleasure to be here casting these games, getting to enjoy these experiences, and quite frankly, taking notes on a masterclass on Axie DoLL. To be honest with you, I've already got the skills I want to run. As soon as we're done here, I'm getting straight into the lab. Got to get ready for that season 1. Again, if it's anything like this season, featuring just short of 9 million SLP, I have such a difficult time fathoming that. Just this little game that kind of came out of nowhere. Oh, is this going to be it for Jay? Is this going to be it for Jay? It is. Let's see if we can't get an update on Sourbeck. But what a monster run there for Jay. We'll see if we can't keep up a great run there to get him to propel himself currently into first place, I believe, with that 2600. So we'll take a look here and see where Sourbeck is at. It does look like that's going to be enough to put him in first place for now. Again, pending the results of Sourbeck's run. No message, no feedback yet from Sourbeck. So if that tells me anything, he's probably still in there. Probably still in there running with the best of them. We'll see what he comes out with. Players reporting their scores. Again, just waiting on the feedback from Sourbeck. The suspense here and just seeing what his score is going to be. Game number 2. Woju coming in with 1,743 gems in the last place spot. El Momo, not quite as good of a run, coming in at the 1940 in comparison to his 2,100 from the last run. But the J Merchant taking 2,600 gems right there, enough to lock down first place for now. We'll see where Sourbeck is going to end up here. Again, still no word. I'm sure we'll get a screenshot here posted. It could be anywhere from 5 minutes, could be 2 minutes, could be 30 minutes. Who knows the way this guy runs the table over here. And while we're waiting on that, again, we'll take a huge second to shout out. Again, thank you to everybody joining us here in the chat. I am your host, Sweet Feet here. We got a shout out to everybody that you see on the board. Community Gaming, E4E, Meta Elite, where we've got YGG coming in as well. And again, huge shout out to Axie GG. I know they're tuned in, watching their boy Sourbeck try to run yet another Axie DoLL competition. Again, if you're new to DoLL, you want to learn, stay tuned. Follow Sourbeck, whether it's on Twitter, YouTube, wherever he's posting videos, clips, anything like that. Stay tuned in the Axie DoLL Discord, of course, for sure, for different builds. But, I mean, I would have guessed the fact that we haven't heard from Sourbeck at the moment, he's in it right now. He's deep, deep in it right now. Still no update yet. It's a combination of love to see it. Excuse me. Love to see it from Sourbeck, but would love to actually see it for our own selfish viewing purposes here. Seeing some of the numbers here again, just some of these huge parts. We saw the Hungry Bird. We've seen the dash skills where we get to sprint across the map, take that little sprint step across the map, being huge. Obviously, shields being a play, a good build being something that's going to consist of getting your HP back, getting across the map, high shields. And if you're El Momo, he loves that forward-facing damage. I saw the hair daggers, the green thorns. cards of that variety, really being able to push the issue and then go pick up your gems after that. And then you have a lot of AoE cards as well. We saw Jay be super efficient because he's able to chill in one area. Sourbeck as well, having those pupae, the Axicus, so they're marked, and then jumping on these landmines that he's just laid all over the place. And then again, Hatsune being a huge help to Jay's top-notch run at the moment. Again, still waiting to hear from Sourbeck, which can only be good, right? Even though we can't see it, it can only be good that we haven't gotten a report back yet from him. It's got to still be, like we said before, deep in it. He's deeper in it now. So far, as much as we know, it does appear Sourbeck is still alive. Hasn't quite paused it yet to get into it. We will see where he decides, when he decides to join us again. A little bit of technical difficulties on his stream issue, but I'm assuming since we haven't heard back from him yet, he's got to be deep in it somewhere still. So it looks like, yet we're still waiting to hear back from him on there. So in the meantime, you're stuck with me, but I hope you guys have already enjoyed this opening round here of this E4E DoLL Invitational. We'll see who gets to land where. Again, Jay having a huge run to follow up here. Absolutely clutch. He almost died, almost called it early. Wasn't sure he was going to get out of there. By the skin of his teeth, escapes, regains all his HP, and is able to kind of reassess, readjust, and he was right back to it. Again, all of these players, these are 4 of the top 7 players, not even top 10. We're watching 4 of the top 7 players here on the leaderboard really put on a clinic, honestly, and show us all how to step up our game. We love to see this. I can't wait to see where Sourbeck's going to pop into. Yeah, I do believe still going strong. While we're waiting on Sourbeck to kind of give us an update, we're going to run a very quick ad break. We'll be right back in just a couple minutes, hopefully to be able to provide you with an update. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Got my back, I'm sure I won't lose if I hold a chance. Your time to choose. I'm free from the system. No stress in the money. Breaking the rules. What to do? Actually, GG.
Pay to play.
You know what it is. Listen real quick.
Play to earn.
Earn your own money. Be your goddamn.
Don't waste your time. Play to earn.
Trying to find where you at. Oh, you and I won't close our eyes till we cross that line.
Don't waste your time. Play to earn.
There's something that
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. We just got an update. Sourbeck finally took it down, and it looks like he totaled almost 3,500 gems. Just figured out his screen share wasn't even turned on. Posted his game clip. He went in for about 25 minutes, 27 levels deep, defeated 5,500 monsters, and had damn near 3,500 gems. I mean, what a run. And his power cut to his stream there. So again, we got the screenshot, we've got the proof. I don't think anybody's questioning the GOAT here at this point. But again, Sourbeck just taking a commanding lead on that round 2. I believe we'll go in for one more round here. We'll get an updated scoreboard here on stream to be able to show you guys. But again, Sourbeck coming in first right now, around 3,400 gems. We got Jay coming up on a great run, 2,600 gems. And then El Momo at 1,900, Woju down at 17. So again, got to get ready for the last round here. It looks like we're going to get right back into the next round. See if we can't get some streams brought back to us. I know we had some Woju needed a few more shields. Hit the practice grind hard today. But again, just totally different. It is going to be one more round here for us to play. So one more run and we will determine who is going to the finals. Right now it's looking like Sourbeck and Jay on top. So we'll see if El Momo and Woju can't claw their way up out of the bottom again. Just catching it at a bad time. I know El Momo left a little earlier than what he wanted to in that last round. Jay able to capitalize on that, propel himself into second place, and try to go up against the reigning, maybe all-time champ. I think we can say that pretty comfortably at this point. As we get the streams ready, it looks like we've got the players coming up. See if we can't get Sourbeck live and in person. We need to see this incredible run that we're about to go on here. A little bit of technical difficulties here on one of the players' sides, trying to get an internet situation sorted out. So hopefully we can watch all 4 of these streams in the great capacity that we're meant to watch. I know all the other players here getting ready to get right back into it. Unfortunately, again, no sidekicks, brought no distractions here today. And here we go. It looks like we're going to have all 4 streams up and ready. All 4 players getting ready to join in, set up their skill set here that we've got. Again, El Momo making a little change here, going with the green thorns first. Switches up, takes the hair first, gets his hungry bird in to a later time. And it looks like we are about ready to get into it here. Again, we'll have Woju in the bottom right. We'll have El Momo top left, Jay bottom left, Sourbeck top right. So same lineup we've been seeing the whole time. I can't wait to see who's going to turn it on here. Again, we've got Jay versus Sourbeck in the mirror match as it stands right now. Waiting on one player here. Looks like he just needs some shields. Might have to do a quick reset, but we should be getting right into it. I like this little subtle switch up here from El Momo, deciding to take a hair instead of that hungry bird like he did first. Gonna go a little more aggressive, it looks like, to start the game off and just go attack. We love this little machine gun build, this forward facing damage. We've got Woju restarting the game here, trying to get his shield situated. And again, just quick shout out to all you guys. Shout out to E4E, Community Gaming, everybody, Axie GG for holding it down for us all here and making these events possible. I look forward to all the events we're going to be running here on the E4E page, whether it's Origin, whether it's DoLL, whether it's these new builder programs. I know we've got Axie War, we've got the Lunasia Cup, we've seen, we've got the Axie raids for the tower defense, and Mech Infinity, of course. All these games are going to offer so many ways to utilize our Axie in different fashions, add some competition, you know, anything and everything involved. We got send some loves in the chat. Jay needs all the love. El Momo says save it for him. I'm good where I'm at. We are currently waiting for a shield situation. We have Woju out of shields. I know Tio over here working hard behind the scenes to get him some more of those practice shields so we can get into this next run here. Looks like Sourback taking a little change as well, taking the Pupa to start. Pupae to start off, get a little bit of that AoE damage here. Again, all of these skills. One thing, if you notice people utilizing their rerolls early and often, I mean, as much as you can. You don't see something that you need, go ahead and send it on one of those rerolls. We saw El Momo use 2 of his, I think, back to back to get the reroll that he wanted, going to take that hungry bird, needed some more HP, and it appeared to work for him. So the final round, that is a great question. I do believe it's going to be a best of 3 as well. Let me get you some confirmation on that last one here. Our next round, final round, is going to be a best of 1, so just a mirror match, straight up one-on-one. Who's got the best skill set? Who can take the same skill set and take it the farthest? So just one match to go. I do believe it's a snake draft. It should be similar to the first round as well, how we had all the players draft, and then I believe it was maybe Sourbeck chose last and chose first in the next round. So similar concept here to that as well. Yeah, it will be there as well. So it looks like we'll have a ban for each player. We'll get to pick a ban there, and then they'll snake draft their way through those 8 skills, set up the mirror match, and we'll send it. Let's see, it looks like we're still waiting on a shield to make its way. Yeah, while we're waiting on that, in the meantime, let's take a quick ad break. Again, we'll be right back here in a second. Go fill up your water, go grab a snack. Could be in for quite a long run. We just saw him go on a 25-minute run here, so go fill up your water, folks. We'll be right back.
Got my back, I'm sure I won't lose if I hold the chance. Your time's to choose. I'm free from the system. No stress in the money. We're breaking the rules. Do it. Actually, GG.
Pay to play?
You know what it is. Listen real quick.
Play to earn.
Earn your own money, be your goddamn.
waste your time. Play to earn.
Trying to find what you like. Oh, you and I won't close our eyes till we cross that line.
Don't waste your time. Play to earn.
There's something that
Don't waste your time. Play to earn. Don't waste your time. Play to earn.
Break free. Now, have you ever experienced true freedom? Financial freedom.
I'm sipping. Yeah, alright, I'll go. Alright, I'm sipping.
Got my back, I'm sure I won't lose if I hold the chance. Your time's to choose. I'm free from the system. No stress in the money. We're breaking the rules. Do it. Actually, GG.
Pay to play,
You know what it is. Listen real quick.
play to earn.
Earn your own money, be your goddamn.
waste your time. Play to earn.
I'm trying to find where you at. Oh, you and I won't close our eyes till we cross that line.
Don't waste your time. Play to earn.
There's something that
Don't waste your time. Play to earn. Don't waste your time. Play to earn.
Break free. Now, have you ever experienced true freedom? Financial freedom.
I'm sipping. Yeah, alright, I'll go. Alright, I'm sipping.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We got our technical difficulties pushed to the side here. We are going to move forward with this last round of the opening round here, our last match of the opening round here. We did lose Woju, was not able to get another shield for him, so he elected to forfeit his spot here out of the match. So we will be moving forward with Sourbeck, Jay, and El Momo pushing forward, trying to get on to this finals mirror match here, and really, I feel like it's between Jay and El Momo. I mean, who is going to take on Sourbeck here in this mirror match finals? We saw two really good runs by both of them. We didn't get to tune in fully to Sourbeck's run, but when you see the damage he did at the end of the game, I mean, it just makes sense. He was in there, 25-minute run. Anytime you can get up there in those higher 20s, maybe even into the 30s, obviously, on this drafted type of scheme, like, you're gonna go away. So it looks like all the players are ready and getting everything squared away, setting up their cards, and we should be jumping right back into it here. And here we go, right into it again. We see the same builds coming out. Pupae to start. We got the hair dagger to start for El Momo here. Gems already coming aplenty. And now we get to sit back, relax, and then watch the masterclass at hand that is Axie DoLL E4E Invitational. Got the hero shield here, bringing out all kinds of damage. You can go play some pickup after that. He's got the red ear involved. Catfish, it looks like. Sourbeck likes to take his Axie Kiss, getting them smooches out there early. Trying to set up some enemy damage. Won't quite need that much damage this early just to handle these pupaes and these kisses doing the most, but a great setup to get there. And the fists are swinging. The Jay's got the Hatsunes down there just going to work. Piranha coming out, yanking that HP right back. Again, all these players, I believe everybody, Jay hasn't selected a shield yet, but that's really about the only difference here in the current comps. Everybody a little bit in over a minute. Sourbeck already up to a big lead as far as gems go. All the players already kind of electing. I believe maybe Jay hasn't used a reroll yet. I do know that the other two competitors have already rerolled their skills once. Trying to find that perfect thing for where they're at in this game. Again, all three here competing for a chance to get to the next round. To take on this mirror match after we draft those skills out. Again, those 8 skills will be selected by both players, and then that will determine who our champion of the day is. Sourbeck with a pretty commanding presence here in the Axie DoLL community already, looking to just keep on adding to his already, I mean, impressive all-time resume here in the Axie DoLL community. As it stands right now, we'll have Sourbeck in the lead, collecting almost 3,500 gems, with Jay right behind at 2,600 there. So quite a gap to overcome, but really all you got to do if you're Jay or El Momo is lock down that second place and give yourself a chance to go one-on-one with the champ. El Momo off to a pretty decent start here. He's got about a 60 gem lead, but he has been going for about 20 more seconds, so we'll see if that difference means much. Always hard to tell, you know, when the players are selecting their skills, taking their time to whether re-roll or select what's available. That's where your time difference really comes in. Trying to find a nice little mark, maybe the even minute mark here to see who's really ahead. It just looks like Sourbeck is in absolute control, as we all kind of expected. He keeps everything tight, close to home, doing big damage while easily scooping up, but a huge wave right there for El Momo, able to blast away at these bats with that dash skill. Ready to fire off at any time here. Saving it up for the bats. He'll get this huge dash to go right through. We see Jay already handling the Cobra boss as well. Again, just Sourbeck with a 200 gem lead early with plenty of gems on screen. Again, a lot of these builds being very similar. There's definitely a type of play to go for here. A little bit of AoE, a little bit of that forward-facing damage, whether it's the Babylonia, the Green Thorns, the Hair. Then you've got your HP, whether it's the Hungry Bird, the Piranha, whatever. I believe Sourbeck was using Razor Bite. I could be mistaken in that, but you've got a definite build. You've got your dash ability to kind of get across the field, and that's kind of how these 8 skills are shaping up. Not quite a mirror match because they're not using the exact same parts, but the archetype is there and the setup is definitely there. Sourbeck already about to eclipse into the 1200 gems mark, just laying absolute waste to it, trying to get out of the wall already, smooching it up, knocking it down. Ooh, Helmomo got a lot going on up here. Barely took a lick at all. Able to compose himself. Everybody trying to chomp through to get these gems off this wall as well. A huge, huge opportunity to put a dent into it. And I think that's where we're noticing a lot of the Sourbeck strat coming from. A lot of his extra damage. Having that Axie Kiss to mark these walls. And look at all these gems he's just able to go and collect now at this point. Anywhere he wants to go. Gotta kill the bats. He absolutely handles them. I mean, just look at the amount of gems available. Coming up on the 7-minute mark here for most. Jay a little bit behind it, just coming up on the 6-minute mark, but still in a good position with the gems according about almost 1200, about 100 behind, but only a minute behind there. And Sourbeck again just stretching the lead out here. Every wave that comes through, just creating this most efficient path possible. I'd like them to take a little bit of a mint upgrade here for Sourbeck, trying to get some shields going up. 8-minute mark, Riders coming through. No sweat here. And the Square T just going to absolute work, just like you said there, Bior, in the chat. The Baby and Square Tooth Axie Kiss combo just absolutely wreaking havoc. Follow that up with the Babylonia, just in case the squares didn't get you. with these haymakers. What a setup. What a draft as well. Just dominant performance. No snail shell available, no sponge available, no pincer available, and just running through it nonetheless. As you see Jay really being efficient though with his time. If you look at the time comparison at the 8-minute mark, about a minute, a little over a minute behind El Momo, keeping up in the gym department. Being this gym gathering being one of the problems that El Momo's faced with this build, just not quite able to kill things close to him. He's got to go get his gyms as opposed to more or less letting them come to him, it seems. Coming up on about 8 minutes and 10 seconds as Jay's about to hit the 1700 mark. Almost 9.5 minutes in for El Momo, still hasn't quite hit the 1700 mark. He's about to here though, but you can just see clusters of gems that are being collected by Jay, by Sourbeck, kind of being the difference as far as longevity goes and efficiency. He's just going to hang out around these Hatsunes here on the bottom, exactly playing it as he should. Similar to Sourbeck, just playing around these pupae a little bit. One of the big differences I think that El Momo doesn't have quite in his build. He does have the fish snacks, but more of a trail behind him and not as big of the AoE explosion when it happens, but it remains to be seen. Jay kind of taking a little bit of a lead into second place here, stretching himself out a little bit, almost 100 gems up here at this point, and still about, is that a minute? About 30 seconds behind. Sourbeck again just looks, it just looks more calm. He looks more composed. He's just not really even moving as much, kind of hanging out here. Jay gonna have a big turn right here. Needs to get some HP back. He's about to, ooh, he's getting a little risky there with that low HP. Has the shield come in the clutch time, regenerates a little bit and is able to chomp his way through. Still trying to get through some of this wall here, sneak in some of these gems. Not able to get the kills he's looking for there though. As Sourbeck is just sitting here, just tanking all this, and then he's out like that. What a, I mean, just what a clinic. El Momo facing a little bit of the same struggle here, trying to create some space for himself. Plenty of HP, still got a shield, big shield come down there, and he's able to maneuver out. Ooh, not as much as HP maybe as he would like, but oh, he's got a maneuver. Yep, gets out of the way of the riders coming through. Everybody looking pretty healthy at the moment. Sourbeck pretty commandingly 2 minutes ahead though, so Jay making a good pace for himself. It's really up to El Momo at this point to try and close this gap and get himself into this second place and into this mirror match finals. We gotta hope Jay makes a mistake here at this point, but and Jay systematically attacking some of these skulls, clearing out his path a little bit. Doesn't want to take any strays from these guys. Also collecting on the gems, benefiting from that as well. Got about a 200 gem lead, almost 200, about 150 gem lead on El Momo currently. Again, the reigning champ here, Sourbeck. And as one thing you'll notice, he's actually a little bit further ahead as well, coming up on the 13-minute mark, just selecting his skill and kind of moving on to the next and just handling business. Momo looking a little scary up here, low on HP, trying to gain some back. He's got a monster wave coming in behind him, trying to follow it up. That was AoE. That ant doing work, though, as he gets himself across. It's going to be an interesting one. Is this going to be it for El Momo? He's got to do something here. If he can survive this. Oh, yeah, he's collecting HP. He's got a shield. Lost a shield there. Oh, and down goes El Momo there. Looking like Jay and Sourbeck going to take this second and first place finish. Let's see who can go where. See what we can get seated as far as the draft goes. Excellent run. GG's to El Momo throughout the entire competition here. And throughout the leaderboards. Hell of an opening season there for you, Mr. El Momo. Can't wait to see what you bring next season and take that top 10 again moving forward. As we got him here one-on-one here. Sourbeck over on our left, Jay on our right. Creeping up though. I mean, Jay's on good pace as far as the time he's got, how many gems he's got, who's going to go down first here. It's not going to matter. They've both already locked themselves in to a first and second mirror match finish here. So exciting stuff. Getting two of the top 5 players here, really. 2 of the top 6 players in all of Axie DoLL right now. Again, Sourbeck just in a bit of a league of his own. That really an opportunity for Jay here to kind of put his stamp and finally dethrone this man. Both players just continuing to travel on. Haven't checked. I'm sure they probably aren't even aware that it's just down to them two at the moment, but we will see. Obviously trying to keep the momentum up. You don't want to just throw going into the finals, so the competitive edge of both of these players really shining through. We still got Jay working on a boss here, still only at 13 minutes and only 200 behind. I mean, he's 2 minutes behind as far as time goes, but Jay is actually doing quite well at the moment as far as efficiency and gems gathered per minute here. Sourbeck a little low, both a little low on HP here at the moment. Looking like Jay is going to survive this current wave. Doesn't quite have that dash ability like we've seen the other players utilize. He kind of just punches his way through. Takes the little bit of hits here and there, but decides to just absolutely keep smacking his way through. Oh, he's real close. He's getting close. He's trying to maintain, trying to sustain. Follow your Hatsunes there. Work around him a little bit. Shields up. And Sourbeck again just putting on a clinic with the square teeth, the pupa, the daggers, all of it, just able to handle everything around him quite easily. Going on quite the run here. Both players just continuing to look ahead. There's no such thing as a practice run here this late into it. They are getting straight down to it. We love to see that. Clearing out the waves of walls beside him, coming up at the 17.5 minute mark, 3 minutes ahead. And look at this. Jay actually about to take the lead on gems. Sourbeck 3 minutes ahead of him, and Jay just passed him. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and maybe move forward here. Let's see. And Sourbeck does go down here with a 29.35 overall. Let's see if Jay can pass that score. Again, Sourbeck's all-time top score here in this tournament, being those 3,600 gems. So still First and second's been locked up for a while now. Jay can kind of coast comfortably right into the finals if he wants. It looks like he's going to extend this run just a little bit for us here to give us some free content here for us. And down goes Jay as well. So here we are, Jay Merchant versus Sourbeck here in our DoLL finals for this E4E Invitational. So again, some top plays coming out by our top players and just the ability to be efficient. And Jay really kicked it into another gear there right towards the end. Was actually able, I believe, to actually win that round. He was just barely by about 40 gems there. Actually, not even, by about 20 gems. So a great catch up there. Still had a couple minutes. Sourbeck had a couple minutes on him there. So we'll see how we're going to wrap up here. Again, going into a mirror match. This is a best of one. These players will draft between the 8 skills that they want to see, and we'll take it from there. We'll see who's going to get first pick in our draft here. Again, Sourbeck versus Jay, both top 5 players here on our leaderboard in Season 0, which featured, again, a staggering damn near 9 million SLP in that opening season. I mean, I don't know if anybody predicted that type of number. I mean, we saw these numbers going up so early. So much SLP spent on these shields, these practice runs, everything like that. And Sourbeck going to take home a large chunk of that. Let's see if we can get ready to get into our draft here in just a second, as both players kind of decompress from that last mode there, and we'll get right to our draft here. Let's take a look. All right, we're going to have a duck race coming up to see who will take the first pick in the draft here. Oh no, and it looks like Jay is going to run away with it here. Let's see if, oh, here we go. We got a great push. Oh, look at Sourbeck coming through to win. Oh, the Ducks never lie, as Sourbeck takes the highest position, and he will take the first skill as well in the draft. And it looks like we're getting ready for our draft here. We will see what skills come off the board and who wants to play what. I love this mirror match setup. Just one run to determine who is going to be our champion here. So I love this format. We're going to get to see, since there's only 2 people drafting and they both want to go well. Okay, Sourbeck's going to ban out the snail shell. We'll see what skill Jay does not want to see pop up on the board. Show a little bit of skill here, he said. No snail shells available. Jay will elect to ban Sirius for himself here, so. And with that, the first pick of the draft will be that to Sir Sourbeck, our reigning, defending Axie DoLL Lord of Play. He's going to start off with an Axie Kiss. Jay starting with a little bit different of a direction, taking the hair dagger in as the skill as well. This is going to be a mirror match. Okay, so again, something to remember. They are building one complete build here to see who can take that particular build the furthest. He'll follow that up with Babylonia. So hair dagger Babylonia, a lot of forward facing damage coming out. Yeah, it's very interesting because it's like it could be difficult to kind of handicap your opponent here. Do you want to go, do you want to go with the best build possible and just have faith that you can run it better and not make a mistake, or do you want to try to sneak in a skill that may handicap your opponent that you're a little more familiar with maybe than your opponent is? But between these two players, I would imagine there was enough SLP spent on practice shields to get pretty comfortable with a lot of skills here. So, oh wow. Green Thorns and Square Teeth, back-to-back picks from Sourbeck. So all this forward-facing damage, we're just going to be machine gunning. We're just going to be sprinting through. No shield taken yet. There's got to be a shield put in somewhere, you would think, unless they're just going to send it. We have an Arco Leaf Bug follow-up from Jay Merchant here. Let's see how Sourbeck decides to end it with a Yam, an AoE skill. Okay, so here we go. The lineup is set. Axikiss, Hair Dagger, Babylonia, Greenthorn, Squaretooth, Arco, Leafbug, and Yam going to be represented here as both players get ready to start off this match. I cannot wait to see this. I love this mirror match setup. I think DoLL has so many little nuances and little things that we can do to create competition and to create these great matchups. Again, we have two of the top players here in the entire DoLL community ready to strut their stuff as we get ready to tune into both players' streams here. Again, we are obviously streaming all this on Discord. Shout out to everybody and Discord for being the community place of gamers themselves. But I just want to take this opportunity again, huge shout out to E4E. Thank you for having us so much. Again, I'm your host, Sweet Feet. Thank you guys for having me, joining me, everybody in the chat who's tuning in as we get ready to go into these finals here, brought to us by YGG, Elite Metalware, E4E, Community Gaming, and Axie GG as well. Sourbeck, our defending, reigning DoLL dominator. He's been on top of the leaderboards. He's run just about every competition he's been in with great success. So can't wait to see Jay go one-on-one against Sourbeck here. And again, just the competitive spirit of all these players. We have Jay, who's a competitive Origins player. We had El Momo, a super competitive Origins player. Sourbeck in here, shutting down any rumor that he may not be the best DoLL player around. So I can't wait to see what Jay can do with this. And not only that, I love this lineup. This is like the most little aggro, push forward just build that I've seen in DoLL yet. I can't wait to see it. This is exactly like one of my favorite styles of play. Doesn't always mean it's the best, but I love it. I love what we have going on here as far as the build goes. As each player decides they're going to start with any skill. So it looks like here on our left, let's see here, I believe we'll have Sourbeck on our left and Jay on our right, if I'm not mistaken. It does look like Sourbeck is going to, Sourbeck's going to be on our left. He's going to take that Babylonia to start. And then on our right here, we have Jay. I believe it looked like he was taking hair to start. It looks like we're ready to go, and we are going to kick this thing off in the only fashion we know how, the best fashion, as we get ready to go into our final round. And here they're off, one choosing Babylonia, the other choosing hair, Sourbeck. and J Merchant respectively. So we've got a little bit of Yam here coming to play, I believe, a little AoE with Babylonia as J elects to go Babylonia Hair. So we're going to be chasing gems a lot. It's going to be who can survive, who can push through and just drill a hole forward and go collect their gems. Yeah, definitely have some machine gun builds. Oh yeah, gonna be doing a lot of damage to walls. Gonna be doing a whole lot of outgoing damage here. Not nearly this AOE or slow roller game. We're gonna be drilling straight through. Big decisions to make here. Alexa take another Yam for the side of Sourbeck, but I don't know that it's ever gonna have an opportunity to really do a whole lot because he's gonna have so much in front of him. Just pushed away. Look at that. Just pushing things back and drilling. Absolutely insane. Jay does have the Axie Kiss. He got the Axie Kiss a little early here in comparison to Sourbeck, I should say. So we'll see whose strat and whose ladder of build seems to pay off. Exactly. Well, all we're looking at is a bunch of little bursts of bams, bursts of bops. More hair damage coming. Bring all the hair damage. We'll see who can go the distance here. Sourbeck collecting a little more, it looks like. Still decent pace, only a 15-second lead really on the time. Quite a few on the gems though. We'll see if Jay can really do some damage here to these walls. Much slower gameplay than what we saw out of the last turn. A lot of dashing around, a lot of collecting, a lot of just high peak efficiency type of builds here. And now we're just running around all over the place trying to collect these gems, and then you're just mowing them down, and then you got to turn around and collect the ones you killed behind you. Street sweepers. Here comes the leaf bug first there on the side of Sourbeck. Jay also had one already as well. Oh my goodness. Huge damage to the wave there on the bats. Able to capitalize on most of that. And as we see, again, just street sweeping, cleaning up the fields as they plow them. Yeah, Sourbeck definitely in a bit of a lead here, almost up 200 gems, just having a little bit better time collecting the gems. We'll see if he doesn't turn it around here a little bit for Jay and get a little more efficient, it looks like, with his street sweeping abilities. And you can just see seeing this side by side, Jay being a top 5 player here in the Axie DoLL community, but Sourbeck just truly in a league of his own. Jay trying to change that narrative here today. We got some bats incoming as we go ahead and sweep most of those out. That leaf bug just causing more damage as time ticks. Trying to do so much damage to these walls. Look at these walls just getting absolutely obliterated here in front of Sourbeck. You're trying to capitalize on getting these gems where he can. Huge chunks of gems. Yeah, and definitely that's a great point you bring up, Bior, is if you look at the slain enemies there in the top right, almost double for Sourbeck currently. Got Machine Gun Beck over here just railing away, not only taking out walls, removing these blocks as well, not wanting them to do anything to do, and takes another hair, so just more damage all over the place. Really, he's just going to have to survive at this point, and I think he maintains this lead. I mean, Sourbeck or Jay just not quite able to keep up as far as the kill count goes, the gem count, all of the above, all of which matters. And just look at the kill count, just keep climbing and climbing and climbing. If you didn't get hit by a hair carrot, you got hit by a Babylonia dagger, and if you didn't get hit by that, you got hit by a green thorns. And he's just taking this hair dagger for as much as he can here, getting as much damage, as much crit chance and everything into this hair dagger that he can. And just look at the damage coming out. It's absolutely insane. Axikiss marking everybody up. Already at 1,000 gems here. She's just slaughtering through wave after wave after wave. Jake climbing in the kill count number pretty effectively. We'll see if he's able to keep it up. It's really going to come down to Sourbeck making a mistake and dying, and Jay just going on an absolute tear after that. I think it's going to be quite the game of not only catch up, but catch up and pass Sourbeck is going to be quite the difficult feat. Right, and we are seeing fantastic timing. Great points you bring up in the chat as well. Just fantastic timing, and he's hitting. He got the right level in Yam, so it's not proccing too much. It's just the right size. See, is he going to take the cooldown? He's going to re-roll those. Didn't like the option. Looking for a hair. He does find the hair, and he's just going to max this thing out as quickly as possible, I think. Just keep capitalizing on it. It's absolutely working for him now. He's shredding through. He sees it coming. Then, again, the Yam. Just the timing of it, and those gems are just going to be there for him to go and gather when he goes on one of these runs. Yeah, he doesn't want that third level in the Yam quite yet, because he's coming up on a cooldown upgrade on his Yam, so he doesn't quite want that right now. He's in a good groove where he's at. Just busting through. Look at these haymakers coming out. You see the gloves. Which is going to be Axikiss, Square Teeth, Axikiss, Square Teeth. He does take the Axikiss there. Start to level it up a little bit. Think he's comfortable with that decision. He's got quite the lead here. Already slain almost 2,300. Just hit the 2,300 enemies. And just like that, 50 more, almost 100 more already. Seconds later. Absolute insane timing. Just has everything down that he needs. Just recognize a little cluster of gems he's going to migrate towards. While just absolutely laying waste to the rest of the field. I mean, just an absolute clinic. Like, this is literally a tutorial on how to for DoLL, no matter what your build is. He blasts through the rat boss already. Got the Arco ready to go. Leaf Bug Shield's doing work. Yam coming in. Look at that. Perfectly timed. He's got the wall. Now he's just going to go start eating away at this wall. Trying to get some of these big tier gems here. Yeah, I got to throw Sourbeck off by throwing in random skills. I thought that might be a strategy as well. Just, I know if I'm going against Sourbeck, I'm picking the most like wildly irrelevant skills and just making him outlast me at that point. Because you already know he's gonna, like, whatever strat you're gonna bring, he's probably better than you at that strat. Like, let's be real. Like, this dude's 1 of 1 in Axie DoLL right now. So just throw the most ridiculous, having no synergy, most ridiculous comp you can think of. You get to pick 4 of the 8 skills. Just pick the most ridiculous things you can think of and see if he can make it work, and then just take your luck against it. Like, yeah, 4 dashes. That way, anytime he stops, he's dashing in a just random direction, wherever, or obviously direction of his choosing. But those timings back to back, I mean, you just have to come up with something hilarious to throw at him to see if you can outlast him and find a way to get the kills. I would so much rather try and beat him with a ridiculous comp that nobody's ever run or nobody ever will run, as opposed to trying to outlast him with some form of meta comp of really any kind. The leaf bug cooldown, he wants to increase that, get some more shield. I mean, if you look at these numbers, it's absolutely insane. Sourbeck almost has as many gems as Jay has kills entirely, so definitely an uphill battle here for Jay. An uphill battle for anybody, by the way, trying to fight on, trying to take on Sourbeck and his absolute reign of dominance, which looks like it's going to continue even further. So, and look at this, just these handling these bosses, mitigating all the damage he can, having really no problem whatsoever. And he just wants to go and eat these walls some more. Like, you just can't. The strategies and the depth of knowledge that this man has in the game, literally second to none on either. Looking at Jay already with a level 8 there on his hair dagger as well. So the theme is there and he can definitely make it happen. He's just not being nearly as efficient. I mean, Sourbeck just has the yam timings down. I mean, he's been shredding through these bat waves, like electing to skip all these other yam levels because he's got his timing down perfect. He's in a groove as far as when he's going to proc and when those waves are going to get here. So the 9-minute 2K gem is a standard goal for top 20 leaderboard, so a little bit off pace of that maybe for Sourbeck, but not by much.
Wait, did he die? He died.
And there he is, just like that. I mean, wrapping it up, Mr. Sourbeck kind of taking the lead and gonna take home first place. He's still picking his skill, hasn't quite checked in yet, but what a run. GG's to Jay to make it all the way through here after the first run where you could definitely tell he wasn't satisfied with that. He looks like he might have slipped up, died a little early, corrected in his second run, made a hell of a run to get here to the finals. But again, Sourbeck just showing us why he is the GOAT of Axie DoLL currently, has been, is, and maybe will be. Who knows? So again, the best of one here, just winner take all here on this run, on this mirror match. So Sourbeck doing the tingy, as Chief would like to say. Huge shout out to Chief and all the boys over at Axie GG as we watch him finish up this run. Who knows how long this could go, folks? I mean, it's really up to him, I think, at this point. Wave after wave, boss after boss, coming up on the 4,000 kill mark already here at 12.5 minutes. Probably going to get there right around that 13-minute mark, a little quicker than that actually, now that everything's grouped up around him. The Yam's about to proc, gets a big burst, avoids the wave on his own planet right now, absolutely locked into the zone, hasn't even checked, probably has to think Jay's still going. Here in this point though, I mean, it's just a tutorial video on how to play Axie Doll from here on out. You get to watch the movement, you get to watch the skill selection. I believe he's maxed out his hair dagger at this point. I don't know if he ever got that last roll on it, but I mean, oh, just drilling into these bosses. Look at this turtle going absolutely bananas right now. Knows the timing of everything, hits every Axie Kiss, hits every Yam effectively. Like, it's just insane. Look at all these numbers, just, oh my goodness. What will be the downfall of Sourbeck? Because it doesn't look like it's coming anytime soon. Oh, he got close on that one. He got close on that one. He doesn't even know it, but it's already a wrap, and he's just going to keep on keeping on because that's what goats do. They just keep practicing. They keep running. Nothing can stop this man at this point, it feels like. As soon as you get him down low HP, there's the opening he needs. He gets it. Oh, close there, but still HP thriving. He's got to get a little healthier if he wants to keep maintaining. He's going to have another wave coming soon. Again, just manages to sustain and just keep on keeping on. Here comes the wave, barely glances him, and he's just gonna keep smacking his way through, punching his way through. He's got those hairs, he's got the square teeth, everything, just all systems go. As we see yet another boss come in at the 15-minute mark. No signs of slowing down. He's full HP, super healthy right now. Just stacking up, taking the Arco. Again, folks, really just a clinic and tutorial video on Axie Doll is what you're watching live right now. Ooh, large wave coming. Just eats it all. Just takes it straight to the face here. And finally goes down the champion. He just kind of takes it there. Thinks he know. I think he knew he had it locked in. Still able to lock down the almost 3,000 gems. GG's to everybody involved here. We had a great run. Shout out to Jay. Shout out to Woju. Shout out to El Momo. And again, congratulations and GG's to the reigning GOAT here in Axie Doll at the E4E Doll Invitational. Mr. Sourbeck locking it down. Holding down that number one spot. It doesn't matter if it's a tournament, don't matter if it's a season, don't matter if it's invitational. He is looking to take the top spot. And I just want to thank you guys so much. Huge shout out to everybody who stuck around here with us. Community Gaming, Axie GG, E4E especially. Huge shout out. Thank you guys so much for having me. Thank you guys for tuning in, watching along, and we really appreciate you guys. Don't want to miss anything. Go follow Axie Doll on Twitter. Check in on the Discord, follow E4E on Twitter. Make sure you're getting involved in these events between the Origins Invitational, the Origin Finals, the Doll events, and many more games coming up from that. Huge shout out and thank you all to everybody, and we'll see you again soon.
Got my back, I'm sure I won't lose if I hold a chance. Your time's to choose, I'm free from the system. No stress in the money, breaking the rules. What to do? Actually, GG.
Pay to play,
You know what it is. Listen real quick.
play to earn.
Earn your own money, be your goddamn.
your time. Play to earn.
I'm trying to find where you at. Oh, you and I won't close our eyes till we cross that line.
Don't waste your time. Play to earn.
There's something that
Don't waste your time. Play to earn.
Don't waste your time. Play to earn. Break free. Now, have you ever experienced true freedom? Financial freedom.